Alright, we got another video going here. This is for OFCRA. They're doing a play on the Iranian nuclear facility strikes from the B-2 bombers, except this is them quote-unquote going in. So we have a lot of positions here. We have 3 different factions. It's going to be mainly Blue 4 and Op 4, though. Green 4 are just some North Korean nuclear scientists thrown into the mix. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a 15-minute prediction for this. We are going to have, if you follow the mission command, Blue 4 is going to be US Rangers and Delta Force. So let me get that in the thingamabob here. And then Op 4 is going to be Iran and North Korea. Where's my little and symbol so I can save some space? Excellent. I think I can fairly put this for 20 minutes. Let's go ahead with that. Funny thing for this is we're actually going to be seeing some of the Reaction Force DLC down for some of the Op 4 elements. It looks like it's going to mainly be part of the North Korean element under Op 4, but we'll do a quick breakdown of how the point system is going to work on this round. So, whoever has control of the Presidential Palace by the end of the game, which I believe is this red cap zone here, it's even marked, will gain 3 points. And if you have 16 soldiers inside the large QOM zone, which I'm assuming is this area over here, no, it's the red grid cap zone. Okay, so no, I see. So it's this entire circle area here, the central town in Farabad. If you have 16 soldiers in there by the 80-minute mark, you gain a bonus point. Blue 4's objectives are inspected uranium being prepared for transport at the bunker entrance by 60 minutes. Bunker entrance, I'm assuming, is right there. I'm hoping we'll see some nice underground gameplay, but we'll have to figure that. Looks like they've got 3 entry points around. And then inspected, destroyed Fordo underground centrifuge chambers by 60 minutes, 1 point each for max. It's hard to say what, or I guess where specifically that is. I'm assuming there's going to be some underground portions to this fight based off of the fact they're doing it underground. But otherwise, Op 4 has a science team member inspected uranium being prepared for transport in the uranium storage facility by the 25-minute mark. That's going to be quick. And then science team inspected intact Fordo underground centrifuge chambers by 60 minutes, 2 points each for max. So it's going to be a massive underground fight, and then after that part is done, it's going to be a race to basically get into here, and there is a 4th entrance there, and then you've got an extraction point for the North Korean scientists, I believe. Otherwise, we have Iranian forces starting here, North Korean forces spawning here, and then U.S. forces on the bottom right. There is a bunch of C-130 markers. I don't necessarily know what those represent, but with all of these entrances here, I'm assuming there is going to be some sort of underground area. We also have a purple zone right here. I don't know what that represents either, because we got a purple zone there, and then we have another purple zone over here. So we're just going to have to see how things play out. Maybe this is a play on the fact they got the centrifuges out, but I also do see that there are some underground sections in the base. Science team, by the way, if that's Green 4, are all dressed up in white. They have a white MRAP to work with. American uniform, standard Ranger and Delta Force stuff from RHS USAF. And then the Iranian and North Korean units is a bit of a hodgepodge mix of everything, so we'll just have to see how this plays out. Regardless, I think everything else we'll see how everything else plays out. Now this is also in the timeline, this is when after the strike's committed, so we're going to see in the underground areas some pretty blown out areas that they're going to be fighting over, but it's going to be some pretty nasty CQC, and we'll just have to see how things go. But again, timeline-wise, this is meant to be like a follow-up operation to verify that the centrifuges were destroyed. Blue 4 is being led by Emil, and Op 4 is allegedly being led by Depso. Vehicle-wise, looks like I'm seeing M120A1s with 249s for Blue 4. I'm seeing some M2 Crows, but they're quote-unquote nerfed, which probably means they don't have any zoom on their camera. That's usually the best way to nerf those. We also have RAM 1500s with AP and AA rockets. I'm trying to see where there is going to be Blue 4 vehicles. I do see they have an unarmed Yabin drone, but that is it. So I guess to shoot down the Yabin. And then Op 4, we got some BTR 60s in the mix, some BTR 40s for transport, and then just some standard infantry squads. All right. That shouldn't be too bad, right? We'll just have to see how everything plays. Go ahead and mute myself locally, but otherwise, how are you all doing? Hey, Nemesis, how you doing? Today has been a busy day for me. We've gotten the entirety of all the setup for Infection Free Zone done. Late on that, right? I thought it would only take me 2 hours. It took closer to 8, and I'm probably going to spend another hour tonight just making all the documentation and tech trees. But I'm going to be conservative, not conservative, liberal with myself and say that it's probably going to be more so 2 hours, because, but that'll at least get the ball rolling on that. I'm trying to think. Also made the next Congo mission after putting that poll out this morning and seeing a clear favoritism towards one of the options, so I just immediately made that mission file. It wasn't hard because it's literally just like 85% similar to the previous one, so that'll be fun. Paw Guy tidied up for tonight. That's sent in. That's ready to go. We'll be running that later. And then I just locked down and got back into video editing. We had releases on all 3 channels today. That was great. Got to edit some of that silly Star Wars Anti-Stasi stuff that got pushed in. Sent that to Dream. Hopefully he got a kick out of it. And then, yeah, we'll just have to see how things go. Prediction is really skewed. I do see a 10-to-1 ratio in the prediction right now, but we'll see how things change up. But tomorrow we'll have a lot of fun stuff between F and F. I might go sneak into the 5th OML to go play some ops. I gotta reach out to a buddy of mine again just to make sure Rose is down to play in there too. Because I'm trying to also be a better friend to people. AKA spend more time with my various array of people. It's just, there's so many. And then trying to balance life, work, wedding prep, everything around that is just, you know? Yeah, and then people are excited for the Congo campaign because this Sunday they get their items, which I might just do now because we're not having a Saturday up, because Saturday I have to go up to New York, and I'm not excited for it, but it's to get a bunch of wedding-related stuff for the wedding. But hope you're all doing A-okay. Hope your Thursdays are going all right. I plan to have some Sunday streams and some Friday streams, but Saturday, they even pushed back Stillwater because they want to do like a 12-hour op or something. That's what I heard through the grapevine. So what might end up happening next Saturday is we wake up, we run Congo, we run 31st Steel Legion, and then we immediately transfer over, and then we play like 5 hours of Stillwater. Which means I need to do more editing. I need to get some of my the Dark Tide stuff out ASAP because I do not have room on my drive right now because it's filled with Dark Tide footage. But we'll see how things go. Rome, hi Liru, about the IZ Infection Zone campaign. Couldn't ask. No, I can't because, like, how's the easy way to word this? A lot of the grunt work I would need done now would be putting a bunch of boxes in buildings. But I trust very few people to do it. Like, one of my ideas is to make Charlotte do some of it, but I know she's busy with her own campaign, and she's also realizing how painful of a campaign type that is, because you have to spend a lot of time shuffling items around. You can do it with mods. I put a little video about this, actually, on my VODS channel. And it was funny because I realized I was missing an item. I had to completely reshuffle the inventory again. But I don't trust people to do stuff like that because we recently had a bit of a metagaming issue where people were cracking open mission files and using it to give themselves unfair advantages in looting style campaigns. That's also why I haven't been streaming a lot of mission dev, because a lot of the dev I've been doing is for campaigns where if people watch the stream of the dev work, it gives them knowledge on how to play it. So I'm very particular about what I stream to you guys for dev and what I outsource to people, because, you know, some people might then metagame. Some people, I might also have to spend more time explaining it to some people rather than just doing it myself. Like, it's very tough to take something very niche and outsource it to other people. I have people I can outsource certain things to, but it's difficult to do because I have to find very specific people for it. It's similar to how I've spent the last week and a half going over a few different people that I'm going to bring in as new Twitch mods, because I don't want my active players to be my Twitch mods, because they should be, instead of watching the stream and moderating for me, playing the ops themselves. So a lot of the volunteers I got were my active player base, and I'm like, you know, that's great. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't need to lose players to moderate my stream. I need to find very specific viewers that can't usually play my ops that are around to just, you know, do moderation. So, like, I have to find very specific roles for people, and then, you know, same thing goes for outsourcing work. It's just, there's always, it's difficult, you know? But I need to get that all announced. It got delayed. I'm going to be honest, the Infection Zone campaign was a really dumb idea for me to do right now, because it completely threw off my ability to catch up on anything, you know? So I had to, I'll get back on track by tomorrow. I literally spent all of today just on my computer binging YouTube videos in the background as I just worked on video editing, mission dev, and just everything that I needed to work on. The only thing I still need to do right now, I think, is the training op. But after tonight, we then got to, you know, work on the next set for Pog, and I want to get that out to him immediately, because I've been getting into a good habit of, after that op finishes, I just immediately start on the dev work to get things forward. Charlotte, I appreciate the offer, but I would rather Zeus it, because it's a campaign where I get to partially control, and I kind of like it. I just need to be better about balancing my time, because I kind of got blinded in my own hubris if I thought it would take about a third of the time it actually did. Now that I've optimized everything, I know what I can outsource for the rest of that campaign to either you or somebody else. It's just, you know, making all the systems for that was a bit silly. Because I'm going to be honest, to build that campaign, it was finding a bunch of mods to give me a bunch of items, to then throw in a bunch of boxes, to then balance out the resources in all these boxes, and then decide, okay, what resources do I want to use, what features do I want to use, write that all down, and then what tech trees based off of the game do I want to use, how do I want to build everything up. It's a lot of conceptual stuff, and that's what delayed me the most. But anyway, enough about that. Let's go ahead and cover the scenario here. So it looks like these C-130s represent different spawn points for, I believe, the Delta Force guys, but I could be wrong there. Based on the fact they're on an island, yeah, so they've got 3 different teleporters. These teleporters are marked by colored barrels, and the colored barrels represent where these 3 C-130s are. So these are just 3 different potential spawn points that these guys can drop off from. Going ahead and looking at these guys here, we've got ACOG. Okay, no, not ACOG weapons. These are red dotted. They are suppressed, though. So definitely Delta Force based off of the weaponry I'm seeing. We've got some bolt action that looks like a 2010. An M2010 specifically. We've got some Scar H's in play as well, so 762x51. Looks like they're cable tying a few AI. That's cute. And then I also see, what is that, 249? It's a big-ass 249. That's not the new machine gun, right? That might actually be the new machine gun. But it looks like these are all 5.56-based weaponry for the most part. We got some 7.62 battle rifles, the Scar H's, and all that other stuff. I think it's the newer one, that 6.5 one or something. I don't think it's the... It didn't look like a 240. But it also looked way too chunky, because this is a 240 right here. That looked way too, you know, chunky to be a 249, so, you know. But otherwise, our Rangers here are not suppressed. We have red dots in play again. I do see some Grenadier... Okay, no, it wasn't Grenadier capable. There's a 249 right there. I'm pretty sure that's the new one. I forget the name. We got another 249 right there. Oh, so we also have a rocket-podded Falcon drone in play. We have 50 cal MRAPs. We've got Crow system MRAPs. And then here's the Yabin. I think it's angled a certain way to be able to take off. So we got 2 drones to work with for Blue 4. Interesting. Going ahead and looking at Op 4, we have the North Korean section with the Green Force scientists that are going to be integral to the objectives here. We have some off-roads. What is that, a mini-meet? No, that is the... That's the 338. Ah, this is the reaction force stuff. So that is the 338 LPMG or whatever. And then this is some sort of either AA launcher, or that could be, might be an AT launcher too. I think it can be worked with both, but we got Altons for the North Korean guys. We see some RPKs for their light machine guns. Are those ASHs? Oh, ho, 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 ho. And they're suppressed. So that's a 12.7, multiple 12.7 rifles. That's going to hurt. We also have some, why am I getting random lag spikes here? We're getting some AS Vals in play. We got some RPGs in play, but there is something over here that is causing some integral lag spikes here. And I'm going to just shift over here to see if it's part of that or what. We have a police squad in play over here, just making sure there's nothing on my side going. These look like standard militiamen, so we got AKMs and all that fun stuff. Hold on, I'm watching. Yeah, there is a solid lag spike every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. There's a weird little 3/4 of a second lag spike right there, and I have no idea what's causing that. All right, otherwise, for the Iranian forces here, we've got multiple BTR 60s. These guys dressed up in mostly black. We got AK-74s from the looks of things. We got some G3s. We got some Iglas in play as well. Some BTR 40s and off-roads for more transport. Interesting. So the North Koreans are kind of parroting the Delta Force players with the weaponry they had, and then these guys are parroting the Rangers. BTR 60s though versus Crow System 1240 MRAPs. I mean, that's a bit of an interesting one, I'll be honest. And then we have our little bunker complexes over here. These feed into a teleport system, I assume. I'm sorry, the lag with this is going to make it a little... Yeah, it's LWMMG. That's what I was looking for. But yeah, the lag with this is going to make things a little bit difficult, so please bear with me. Now, I guess what we need to find now... We got another entry point right there, but... We need to look around the map and try to find where the internal structure of this underground is. I'm trying to see... Okay, so it looks like the purple zone represent a bunch of additional vehicles that can be taken. Got it. And then same with over here, a bunch of Civivics that can be utilized. Now, I gotta wonder where the underground portions are put in debug. They have to be somewhere on the edge of a map. So I'm gonna scout out. I think top left would be the best bet for it. But what'll end up happening is we'll probably see Op 4 get to that position first, and we'll just have to monitor where they end up getting teleported to. But for a map like this, I would probably put it in some debug corner close to the ground so I don't have to do any custom scripting. But as I'm looking, I'm unable to find it on my own. It is quite possible they actually stuck it like outside of the map somewhere. It's just I'm not going to be able to find it until we actually see someone drive over and reference it. One of the funny things we are going to potentially see, though, are the static C-130s from Cup. That basically the teleporter is going to bring them into here. They'll open this back area. This is the red one, for example. So they're just going to jump out and get out over there. I don't know what's causing the stuttering. It's something in the mission file, and I couldn't tell you. Even if I had the RPT, I would not be able to tell you. It could be someone's connection. It could be a funky asset. When you have stuttering like this, usually it's something mission file related. Because something is throwing some funky errors into the RPT on the server every, like, 6 seconds is what we estimated. So there's a bit of a lag time because of that. Now, sometimes you only really see it in the Zeus or Spectator interface, so I'm hoping it doesn't really affect gameplay. But it's getting a lot more aggressive now. It was every 6 seconds. Now it's every 2 seconds. Jeez. I do see some debug things going. We are seeing people getting constantly kicked in and out, though, so that might also be affecting things. But I'm going to go ahead and select these guys because I want to see if they end up going into the compound. No, Farabad is actually a very stable map. I've used it. I've played on it multiple times for throughout the past, I want to say, 2 years it's been out. I've never had a problem with it, so who knows. These guys are going to do the script that OFCRA has to let them get on the rooftop, which is going to actually see it come. Put it right here. So this gives them close overwatch of one of the entry points. And so far, we haven't seen the Delta Force guys deploy anywhere. I won't say out loud which one it is, but it's this one, which is going to put them there. And that is not a bad choice. That's going to give them central control. That's the closest one to get to everything around. I'd say that is definitely the most bold strategy. But, you know, it could also be something like scripted tie-in. But look at how choppy that driving is. Now, if we were to look at Blue 4... I really worry when I look at, like, CDLC vehicles and I see that as an issue. And then I look at everything else, and, like, everything else is somewhat fine. There goes the drone. And I'm assuming, yep, the Falcon drone has also taken off. It's got a small rocket pod, but OFCRA does have a thing to nerf explosives, so we'll see how that is. But looks like... Oh, we had a false parachute opening, and Oddball killed himself. Settler also died. So this means 2 players basically opened their parachutes next to each other and killed themselves. That's why it's incredibly important to time when you're doing a static jump like this over a single area while your plane is static. You basically send people like 1 at a time. So it's like every second you send a guy down. So it's like 1, 2, and then you tell them count to like 10 or 15 and then open your chute. Because if you let people try to predict each other and then they get too close and open their chutes next to each other, you'll have that. So second body's falling down as well, but... my guess is they're going to get respawned on the ground. Yep, you already see it. But you notice they also have a negative vehicle kill instead of the infantry kill. So that means they basically opened their parachutes on top of each other, clipped into each other, and just auto-killed themselves. It happens. All right, so we got 3 BTR-60s and an off-road moving in. We have the North Korean scientists moving in. They have a little bit of escort. Looks like one vehicle went the wrong way, so it's cutting back. Damn. Those Vics are quiet. I mean, we just heard, I mean, then again, MRAP's going to be loud, but... God, I forget how quiet some of the off-roads are, even going at speed. And it looks like red side team leader Depso's come over here. I don't know what vehicle he might try to grab specifically, but that is one zone. I also do see some blue 4 Looks like some of them opened up their chute too high, and they are essentially just trying to glide over to some of these positions here. We do have another team moving over to this area here. Their group is Sloppy Top. Oh my god. Chuckleheads. Looks like OPFOR is just trying to now secure this location. And then we do have an extraction point over here for the North Korean scientists. It's in this hotel, so... I see. It is a helicopter tucked away. Pretty well detailed in here, too, so that could be it, quote-unquote. I'd imagine that might get immediately engaged or shot down or something, but I'm looking around at the entry points. I'm trying to see if there is anything that's going to actually come in here. Yes, they're making their fun little North Korean symbols. This one represents the great box stacking, where, you know, it's courtesy to stack 2 boxes on top of 2 other ones. And then this one is the thing. Yeah, I can't defend that one, not gonna lie. Alright, anyway. Looks like BTRs are going to be boxing in this location. You have a lot of forces that are now chilling on top of this mountaintop. Looks like they're doing a bunch of reconnaissance from here. And they're starting to see the BTRs stack up around dismounts in the town. I wonder if OPFOR is just not going to bother with the centrifuge objectives, and instead try to just hold the central areas here, because I'm not seeing anything pushing out. Now, they do have an entry point here into the underground areas, but... Oh! Looks like OPFOR's police unit, of all people, spotted the Blue 4 element up on the hill and started providing some sniper fire. That is making a bit of Blue 4 scatter around. The shots are heading a little over. You can hear them thunking around. It looks like they haven't really noticed that they're taking fire yet, though. Otherwise, I'd probably see him with his gun out trying to look around. And I just heard someone get cable tied. He's getting pulled out of there. That's a bit interesting. No need to delete the VOD. That's not going to be an issue. So they're just looking around at the movement down there. I don't know why we have a force on the top left corner. Maybe they're thinking they can intercept units driving around on the left side over here, but... I mean, beyond that, it's tough to say, you know? Shenanigans in their windmills, yeah, right? 'Cause that's totally, it's the... Ay. So Blue 4 are doing this massive convoy around. Looks like they're potentially targeting this entry point. Because here's the thing, Blue 4 could just mount up all their forces and then, you know, go through the tunnel into this zone. But that is why I think OPFOR is setting up a lot of forces around here to essentially create this kill zone. I wonder if they're going to get the missile launcher and potentially aim it up at that hill, but we do see him honking. I don't know what the heck happened there. That's a lot of gooey white stuff. All right, we see these guys now moving. So we're in a debug zone. It's behind the U.S. spawn point. All right, so here is our nuclear facility. Yeah. Good corner to hide it in, but we basically have these guys all in this zone. So I'd assume they have a map of what it looks like. This is using the Takistan tunnel structures from North Takistan specifically. And we got a little bit of water here, which makes sense. There'd be some flooding after the coolant towers got sunk. This is just some static water. And we just have this massive facility here. Really good job, though, showcasing, you know, what the remnants of an underground position would look like after a massive amount of bunker busters came in, hitting certain locations. It wouldn't collapse the entire facility, but it would certainly collapse chunks of it. So now the question is, where are those centrifuges? One of the big issues I have right now, though... Oh, they use the warning lights of the east wind device. That is a really cool idea. I need to steal that for later. Damn, I do like warning klaxons and lights. Ah, makes me mad. Why didn't I think of that? And, of course, we do have a bunch of forklifts around. This is the 3CB Factions forklift. Oh, that's, those are biohazard symbols. Huh. Maybe we're gonna see some, Resident Evil bullshit instead. Alright, yep, we got some fresh fire down here as well.
Kalispera Liru. Hello, peeps.
Kalispera to you too, Cheese. How you doing, broski? Keeping me up with my Greek? Hope everything's okay with you. Thanks for the 45-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Alright, so this might be where one of the centrifuges are. They might be the east wind devices. They could be the things over here. I'm curious to see what the North Korean scientists are going to specifically go up and inspect. But it definitely looks like they're looking around for the items here. They're just kind of searching everything. Hey, good to hear, Cheese. So I do see some grenade symbolism out here, but not really any KIA except for Gouliot, who might have gotten killed in a rocket strike. Oh, I hear drones.
Send in
Wait.
Team 6 now.
Yay, 22 months, 2 more months. Just did my gear list for Congo, but enjoying the content /VODS.
Okay, so I see that drone. I don't see any other drone symbolism, though, unless that's the Raven, which... I mean, it could have been, but... No, clearly something just struck here. This could have been the Falcon drone's rocket pod, but this did kill quite a few OPFOR members here. So Shadow's dead. There were 2 other bodies here and here. 4 people died, 2 of them being marksmen. AA missile just launched, and that hit the... It's not the Reaper drone, I completely blanked. The Yavin, that's it. Ian, thanks for a 22-month resub, buddy. Did my gear list for Congo, but okay, righto. I will process those after this operation, broski. But thank you for everything you do, man. I seriously appreciate it. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. These cars sound a little like drones, I'm going to be honest. I'm wondering if they're trying to angle... Masano's trying to angle it so he can fire missiles at the hilltop. But Blue 4 getting an early strike in. That gives him a few points. He's looking around, maybe for more things to potentially shoot down. But I'd be willing to bet there was some sort of airstrike that happened here that allowed... I mean, we have another body over here. So what, 5 people died in this strike? 1, 2, 3, 4. Something spread out happened, which leads me to think it was the Falcon drone's rocket pod of 7. But hey, 7 rockets for 5 kills, I think that's a really good trade. It's probably one of the best strikes I've seen in OFCRA, even though we didn't see it. But, I mean, the context clues alone, pretty potent. So far, Blue 4 hasn't had a single casualty yet. The 2 that did happen, they respawned. Is this Ash's villain arc? What? He just smashed the window and threw a grenade out, and it not only killed someone, it also wounded a few people. What? Brig, thanks for the raid. We just, yeah. I guess Ash is secretly a, what are they called? What are the Israel agents called? A Mossad agents? They're here to sow discord in the ranks. That kind of scares me. Does that mean this was a friendly fire issue too? It had to have been, because I'm seeing casualties on these guys. So it looks like a majority of them got respawned, so it was really just a friendly fight. This guy's died twice! What? What? The Falcon took off, yeah. The Falcon and the Yabin took off. The Yabin just got shot down. I'm assuming the Falcon got shot down too, because I haven't seen it. When I check the drone operator, which is Fonz, and I go to his third-person camera and I scroll out, I don't see the Yabin drone anywhere. Excuse me, I don't see the Falcon drone anywhere. We saw the Yabin drone earlier, but then we also just saw it get shot down. So I truthfully do not know what's going on. I thought it did a successful rocket strike and that's why it died, but who the heck knows? Here, hold on. I'm dying to listen to this. 1 second.
You do it after you finish that one. Yep.
I done it, and you say you done it.
Okay, so they get a
can't
prompt
do
when
this
they've
anymore.
inspected
It
a
was an option,
centrifuge.
but it won't let me do it
Okay,
now.
I guess we've done them. I guess we've done one then. Okay, good. We can push the second centrifuge.
So I'm assuming these might be the centrifuges then.
Okay, looks like one of the objectives is done with the scientists. Follow them again.
Let's go.
So Blue 4, I think, driving to this entry point, but they've taken such a long time. I think the goal of this and the reason there was a 25-minute timer for the centrifuges was they were expecting Delta Force to pretty much jump out of one of the planes, glide parachutes over to this entry point, and then immediately start breaching the facility. That's how I would have seen it based off of the fact that there was a 25-minute objective that relied on this facility. But because they're instead taking a much more cautious defensive role, I think OPFOR is going to get a bunch of early points here, and I'm not sure... I'm not sure Blue 4 is going to be able to win this one at this rate because they're being way too defensive.
So cool.
I'm sciencing. I'm sciencing so hard right now. Oh. There's so much science.
No, are you back here? Okay, the scientists are with us. They are inspecting the place right now.
I've done it.
They've done it.
So these are the intact centrifuges.
All over the place.
Scientists are
Oh
the
my
best.
god, I splooshed my science everywhere.
Oh!
Where do you want?
I have nothing to say.
And which way? Everybody, go back the way you came in. Everybody, go back the way you came in. No one wants us out of it.
So now they're going to clear out of the facility. The way they came in was from this position right here. So now Blue 4 is going to start breaching. They've done this dismount. They're moving over to the entry point. By the time they start entering, most, if not all, of OPFOR is going to be exiting. You have a few people getting lost, but this exit point is going to put them in there. One of them has the freaking... Some of the damn science team things from Half-Life.
We scanned both the rooms.
Can't move the rooms. So you did all of the centrifuge and the truck, right? There should be also truck.
Oh, we didn't do a truck.
You did the truck.
We didn't do the truck.
Okay. Truck. That's all.
Show me the truck.
There's still a truck they need to do. But I'm pretty sure they also have to defend the centrifuges up to a certain point.
This way. Go back up. I don't know, dude. I'm going some way. Oh yeah, I found it. There it is.
I fucking me. I'm with science.
Curious where this is going to take them.
Oh yeah, this is just the linkage.
Oh, it just takes them to another part of the facility. Okay. I don't see the Green Force Scientists here anymore, so they might just be done.
Where'd you go? Oh my god, scared the shit out of me. Scared the shit out of me.
So maybe they're now searching for them.
I will go to my guys just to...
But look at Blue 4 right now. They're literally just setting up around the entry point. They're giving Op4 so much damn time to complete their objectives. I think Blue 4 was literally meant to rush some pressure into that facility, and they didn't. And this is just giving Op4 all the time to basically put their points on the board. Yeah, right, they need to do a Pierce play. I'm gonna be real.
Yes, photo.
Oh my god. My god.
Oh my god.
Yep, so they're gonna leave the facility and then just turtle that area there. So here, let me tab out, and I will give you guys a quick breakdown of the point divide right now. So we have the centrifuges. They've been done. They haven't done the uranium truck yet, though.
English tam sieć na tym. Tam w tych tunelach.
So what that looks like is a white vehicle with fuel things in it, but it's this. So the science team has to come over here and interact with that. So this is worth 2 points. The 2 things they just inspected in the nuclear facility were just cashed in. Those had to be done by the 60-minute mark. So now the scientists might try to rush back over here and get that. Then again, that's going to be cashed in 5 minutes, so they might just let that one slide to instead rush and get that stuff done. But now Blue 4, the only way they can get points now is they have to destroy those centrifuges within the 60-minute mark. And then inspect uranium being prepared for transport at a bunker entrance, which I think is this one. So that's why Blue 4 have set up a big position over here, because they have to inspect this position right here. So they're just going to come in and do it. Interesting. So based off of the point divide, Blue 4 is going to get 2 points for this. They're going to potentially get 4 points for going into the empty bunker and clearing it out, unless Op4 are going to keep a few small teams here. Because that's going to be cashed in at the 68-minute mark right there. So that's going to be like, you know, still another 40 minutes away. But once we see these guys rush out.
Check your fucking mirrors! Oh, gents, get in. Ok, follow us.
Hello?
Messeno, andiamo alla purple zone, quindi...
Vai, sali.
So they might escort them out. We do have some Blue 4, that's Delta Force, coming down the river to potentially come into the AO. But again, that was what's going to be cashed in at the 25-minute mark, which is in now 3.5 minutes. I'm not sure there's enough time for them to get over there at the refinery. So final score, someone just died. He drowned. Bro drowned in the tunnel. Bro drowned in the tunnel.
I tripped.
Parthius, you're not supposed to trip. That's how you die, silly.
I know.
Go get respawned.
They keep reviving my dead body.
You're welcome. Oh, now Blue 4 starting to get into here. Look, Parthius is back.
Got one.
Guys, I've actually taken on the Matrix. Do it.
Oh my god. They're about to get killed. Because they're sending this one guy in here. They're still off for here. He's going to come out and say, yeah, there's people laughing. Should probably breach this position and kill them all, right?
He's back.
Yeah, it's clearing now. There's no gunshots. The Iranians have full control. They're just walking around. There's a, you know, the military office from Altus, like the one where it's got like cube, like squares with low walls and stuff, like a big office. It's that building. and there's only one entrance to progress, so we can get like 2 or 3 guys to hold it and start making a foothold inside, so we're not locked behind the teleport pole. Come in, I'll show you. But go whispering.
I want to get everyone else with me. I want to get everyone else. Everyone come north. Everyone come north. There's no entrance.
They need to be quiet though, like absolutely quiet.
Yeah, I'll get everyone else. Yeah, to the bunker.
What's the figure? What figure?
What?
So Americans have inspected the uranium outside the bunker.
wait.
With
Here,
that prompt, though,
full
OFCRA now might either leave the facility or move.
One sec. HQ, are we going through this entrance tunnel?
You get stuck again?
Okay, let's go. No, some fucking orders. It was you, right? No, it wasn't me, bro. I wish I didn't. I didn't know nothing. Those guys. Some fucking orders for some guys. Like, holy fucking shit. Who puts on the same team Western-looking motherfuckers and fucking Muslim maxing motherfuckers?
I think that's just your on-job.
I wouldn't say they look Western specifically.
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Okay, and that's enough of listening to that. Alright, time to mute myself locally. Well then. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Don, please nuke the VOD. We can deal with the windmill of peace. We can't deal with that, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. Alright, Blue 4 is starting to get people into the compound here. They're going down a tunnel. Op 4 are just picking some corners of this position. I think because this is one of the centrifuge defensive spots, so they're going to hold there. We got a few others over here. They're going to potentially try to hold that position. And then Blue 4 are going to slowly inch their way into here. And the VOD's gone. Yep. And it's gone. Good old gamer words, right? Crazy. Curious, we've got this right was a teleporter over here to then take him over to this section, or was it a teleporter over here to take him up to that section? So I don't actually know which one that goes to. Based off the fact it's a bunker, though, I'd assume it takes them to one of the outside areas. But again, could be wrong. What concerns me is, why is there a 3-man team going in here? And then you have, like, a whole platoon just out here instead. Like, well, that's gonna wake everybody up. And then there's no one to relay at the teleporter, so what? I'd assume, yeah, it is a probing force, obviously. It's just, why aren't we seeing... They knew they had a foothold, so why didn't they just send more? Because 3 people aren't going to be able to clear this. We've gotten past the timer for the inspection of this uranium here, though. So we'll see if the prompt comes up, because they might have extended it. But it's only going to be valid if a prompt comes up. He seems to be... no? Trying to see if they're going to get it cashed in. But, I mean, we'll get a text pop-up. Okay, so... points are in Op 4's favor right now. Blue 4 has to destroy the centrifuges before the 60-minute mark, but Op 4 have already had a KIA in here. That was Neves dying. I guess because Neves tried to run out to call for reinforcements, but he was gunned down. Wrong button. Because the stairwell's right here. So now you got a few Blue 4 guys trapped with a shit ton of Op 4. They inspected it twice. Interesting. Twice to be safe. You've got Force moving along the riverbed here. They're going to try get into the center of the zone here. The rest of Op 4's camping around the entry point here, so Blue 4 can't sneak in through the facility. What I'm struggling to see what Blue 4's plan is. Why send all these people up here if they're not going to then go through the entry point after they know it's clear? Are they going to try to go in through another entryway and open up another flank? Because, again, there were multiple ways out based off of the position they pushed in on, and they have partial control. But if Op 4 was serious about trying to push them out, they could. But this is definitely going to favor whoever turtles first. Blue 4 command is Emil. Op 4 command is Depso. Bro, we got ASHs on point. Nubas is the guy that got that kill too, so now we're going to see them go a little aggressive here. It's where the body is. Aw, Nubas, come on. He's dragging his body. That's funny. More Blue 4 reinforcements are coming in. I think they hear the footsteps, so they're just going to camp because Blue 4 told them it was safe when they don't even have the point secured now. Oh, this is going to be messy. Nubas is pushing. They put a GL in, but it doesn't detonate. Fonz gets... I'm going to say SCP'd because I don't really have a word for what I just witnessed. And Lieutenant Dan gets knocked out by a grenade they threw. Mr. Cool's double tapping a body. That was so weird to hear that they knew they were coming, but then they pushed. I don't know why they didn't just wait the corner and let them all turn out and then kill them. That was a bit weird. Bupper is going to reach a friendly grenade to the face, and there he goes. Roofy even took shrapnel on that stairwell and got knocked. Another grenade goes by. I don't know if they were putting that out there. Now you got people running by right here. Fonz gets shot. Fonz does the shooting, and this guy gets, you know, maybe there is a little bit of SCP activity going on. Huh. You know, it is quite possible that detonating a facility filled with, you know, nuclear stuff might have some unintended consequences. It's, we're going a bit stalker here. Oh, you saw the big caliber impacts of that ASH. I think they're trying to throw frags out, but they keep getting caught, and they just... Wow. Grenade stuck. I don't... Maybe this is why we didn't send troops in to clear the facility, because, you know, shenanigans. Let's have a look over here. So we had a 3-man team come up. Oh, they came up here and basically got tapped by Blue 4. Sam's got that new machine gun. So this team pretty much wiped them. North Korean science is coming back. They're probably going to push to their extraction point at this rate. But Blue 4 is moving to potentially intercept that extraction point. We'll check back later on that. Mr. Cool's come around. He's taking fire from Fonz. Doesn't even realize it. So the grenades are getting caught in the doorway here. But they're doing some pretty significant damage to people that push out. And then Fonz is tapping anyone that comes around, and there's another body stapled. Interesting. He's now part of the wall. Let's go ahead and check on our nuclear scientists. Okay, they're not driving down. So it looks like Blue 4 won't be able to intercept them. Fonz, meanwhile, he's pulled back to this position. Ping is trying to come around and figure out what's going on. Blue 4 pretty much bottlenecked on that spot. Multiple Keter class containment breaches. Yeah, at this rate. There does seem to be some sort of gravity anomaly going on with throwables, that's for sure. Hypnomane tries to get Fonz, but is unable to. Fonz is slowly coming up. Blue 4 is down to 4 people with 1 guy down to breach this facility. You got Major Khan up here. I think he's, I guess, checking for intel or something. He might have to run back and say, hey, we either need to open up a new avenue of assault or we need to send forces around. Granted, we have a bunch of guys now checking this entry point, so maybe that's where everyone's going to funnel in on, but geez.
Now. Well, that was unicorn amazing.
What happened to you, Angel? Did you die in the funky tunnel, or were you part of the 3-man OPFOR team that got intercepted? You died in the funky tunnel. Yeah, you were at the CQC with that guy when the grenades that got caught in the doorway killed him. Yeah, ASH at CQC. Oh my god, he just blew up. Bro had the RPG ready. Do they have laser modules on their RPGs? They do. The door that doesn't let grenades go through. Haha. What, are you expecting Arma assets to work as optimized? No, no way. They're dragging that guy back. I think the grenade killed him. Arma doesn't work that way. Oh, did they just... Okay, I don't think anyone died there. Parthia's getting a little trigger happy. I mean, what gave it away that this was a little bit of a buggy mess? I couldn't even begin to tell you why there might be some issues here. Yeah, most of them did die to friendly fire grenades. It was quite funny. Fonz, you silly goose. You gotta stick your gun over the thingy. Toss up. I think he just flashbanged himself. Yes, Angel, feel free to send me a kit. I gotta review miners, and then we'll add them to Mr. Seekers. Bro's getting out the RPG. He's gonna backblast himself, but hey, he has a tube. Can he look high enough, though, to use it? That's the real question. Looks like ASH got stapled to the wall. I never do the second OFCRA round. Because by usually that point, I have to work on dinner and other stuff. Oddball's hiding under the chopper, trying to find angles on OPFOR troops here. That's not bad. Blue 4 still camping the outside of these entry points. Blue 4 is defeating themselves in detail with too many force splits. The only way Blue 4 can win this at this point is if the individual groups like the Delta Force team down here manage to basically sweep the OPFOR garrisons that are pretty separated out. We do have some random RPG shots here. As, I mean, if that Blue 4 guy didn't move back a bit, he would have gotten noob tubed. Yeah, these are just snipers and small teams kind of scouting things out. Yeah, they're basically just trying to get on the rooftops and look around if there's anyone they can pick off. Looking back into this madness, looks like they brought a Blue 4 body back. And from here, I think it's just a waiting game. As OpFor are now trying to counterattack this position. It scares me when I hear a GL in a CQC situation, because 50-50, it's not even going to detonate. Great timed grenade. Gets a kill and a double tap. ASH breaches. Fawn's running for it. He's able to get away, or at least pull back a bit. That was a great grenade throw. And then the ASH just, you know, comes in and kills the guy with the 12.7. They're going to prep an RPG that's going to give Parthius a little bit of backblast damage. Can he get it under the railing, though? He goes against it. Throws another grenade in. Back corner. Yeah, I fucking never liked that office plant anyway. It's a ficus. Now they're breaching in quick, and I think Fonz has left the area. Yeah, he TP'd out. He got in a Vic and he's effing off. These guys, I don't know why they're going to push another entry point and try to attack again. They should have... Why didn't we see a force immediately go down to this entry point, since there's a Delta Force group here that already saw it was clear and they tried to then assault? If they were going for a two-way insurgent, then they should have done the attacks at the same time instead of push that one in and now looking for a second option, because that cost them manpower. The only way this is going to turn around is if Blue 4 here are able to get pickoffs with this Southern team. I don't know if they can, because we do have OpFor turning around, and looks like the BTRs are starting to engage some Blue 4 down the street. Hey, silver lining though, the lag did clean up though. So OpFor is going to have the point lead with the centrifuges, because they only need to be defended for another 19 minutes. Blue 4 now checking in the second position here. And this is again going to have a tunnel that comes down. But this is going to put them immediately in a facility. Oh, wow. That's very unfortunate to the OpFor guys here. We could see all of these guys get immediately flanked if Blue 4 just keeps slow and these guys ignore the footsteps. That could be very funny. I'm going to keep my camera over here because this is Blue 4's only chance to tie up the leaderboard. Meanwhile, we see... Hold on. The North Korean scientists are just on a little stroll, are they? I was trying to shoot their wheel out. I think they were extracting. One of the scientists is making a run for it. Twigs on him. T's now making a run for it. Looks like OpFor noticed, and now they're just getting grenadiered in the tunnel here. Interesting strategy. So I assume they heard them and then basically just locked this area down with grenades. Meanwhile, looks like Twig was able to get one of the scientists and convert him to Blue 4. Interesting. So he was actually an undercover Delta operative. Who knew? Meanwhile, the other one has managed to get away. Meanwhile, OFCRA appear to be snoozing a little bit. Blue 4 still licking their wounds. No, they bribed the North Korean guy with food to defect, and now he's a Delta Force operative. Who knew that's how it worked? Yeah, that is something I noticed. The non-vanilla parts of this with the tunnels from the North Takistan map are causing some funky grenade issues. OFCRA moved in to reinforce this position. So now can the North Korean commandos stop the Blue 4 push here? Demiver. Gun up with the ASH. He's looking around. Gets his toes shot out. The machine gunner wants to go forward, but Aurel is blocking the stairwell. I'm waiting to see a grenade get thrown through. Here we go, 240 versus ASH. Immediately one-tapped headshot with the ASH, insta-kill. That's so funny that a 12.7 is making that suppressed sound. Grenade goes in, and it's all over for this Blue 4 force. 2 KIA from that grenade. Grenade gets thrown back. Good placement, but everyone ran to cover. Oh, shoot. Can you do me a favor and put all of that in the fridge down here? That's another grenade. That's another grenade. You think we have enough bodies in here yet? I think we could put some more bodies in here. I mean, we got, let's see. 1, 2. This is 2, funny enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12. Bloodwing wants to see more bodies. All right. Hun, you could do the downstairs fridge with it if you don't mind. It doesn't fit? What? Oh. Okay. All right. Thank you. So Jared from Enti's community wanted to send a little wedding gifts and ended up sending a bunch of stuff from... What's a dairy place called again? How you doing, Jared? Yeah, just showed up. So I will walk Bloodwing through it all when... I actually don't even know what you sent personally. I think I gave you a list of things. And I told you to choose one. That looked a little more than one. So I'll look at it towards the end of the stream. But it's in our upstairs fridge. Demovar doing the snake slide here. Another grenade. That was a flashbang thrown short. Mossius rolls away. But Jared, thank you for the wedding gift. I appreciate it, buddy. Did you see double first spot? Noom. Noom. He's testing the waters. He's going into solid snake mode. Noom. Noom. I'll try not to laugh. Hope he's coming. Here comes the... Where'd the deadly Roomba go? Oh, here he is. Well, now we have 13 bodies in here. Did the Roomba throw another grenade? Because we need another grenade in here on the double. Ah. So this is the hit game killing floor. Where literally all the bodies are around. I think another guy just died. Yeah, he somehow ended up all the way over there. He's keyholing right there. Oh, there's Roomba Man. I'm gonna scroll out here. Let's look at this Blue 4 taking control of the palace area. And a big chunk of the remaining Blue 4 infantry are just still randomly out and about. So Blue 4 might take the palace and hold that. What are we going to get from here now? Solid Snake has somehow put himself up here now. Roomba Man with an ASH, a 12.7. I mean, that's a pretty big gun for Roomba Man here. Nice little keyhole, too. They've brought down, so 5 Blue 4 remain. They just got to get some long grenade throws. I say as they keep poking their head out and finally they do get headshotted. He just keeps jumping across the doorway. Guys, grenade. And if you don't have one, I bet you across all of these dead people, you will find one. Literally pre-fire the corner with the MG and just aggressively push. I love how we have 2 AI here. They're just chilling. Yes! No, Roomba Man! What? He just came in and looked up like, huh? Hello? Why don't you immediately clear the corner? Maybe he was looking up here thinking the first guy would get those 2, and he didn't. That has to be it for breaching order. Oh no, the AI's foot. Alright, let's do a new count. Oof. Alright, so 1, 2, 3 bodies. 4. Hey, look, they died holding hands. That's so cute. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 bodies. And all blue 4 are dead. $20 bodies! I don't know anymore. He tried the Aloha snack bar method. It didn't really work. You got this guy waiting with a 136 just to noob tube the next sorry bat. Okay, he got impatient. So Hyde is hiding because he doesn't want to be number 21 and make blackjack, but he also is one of the few people with kills. I'm gonna be honest, I might actually make a quick video and put it on the main channel for this one. Yeah, they're gonna backblast themselves when they fire AT against a wall. It usually doesn't kill them though. Sometimes it knocks out, don't get me wrong. But, alright, so looking back over here, we've got, in the town here, OPFOR spread out. I'm assuming they just killed an OPFOR guy down here because there was no symbol. That or the man is too jumpy. They just put an RPG out here and got a kill. Watchtech is taking machine gun fire by Barrows. Somehow gets out of there alive. The BTR over here doesn't notice them. Oh, yeah, we did have to purge the VOD, though, because we did catch a few of Parthius and friends using gamer words, and that combined with the windmill of friendship, I don't think I should leave that on Twitch. VOD will be uploaded to YouTube, though. That vehicle cooks off as T runs up to it. T's trying to pick the body up. And we have, what, a spotting scope over here? Yep. Shadow's now going to try to breach. Trying to put GLs in here. They're smoking it out, but Hyde's got a really good position. Trying to line up so we can see through the sight. Bro's just filling the room with GL smoke. This is just some form of trolling at this point. But again, OPFOR only needs to delay for another 3 minutes. So as long as they can stop Blue 4 from breaching in here and hitting the centrifuges, OPFOR will have a 4-point lead, if I recall correctly. So it should be like 2-6 after this. He's still going. So it's only Shadow. Everyone else is leaving because they don't need to anymore. How's the main fight looking? Blue 4 have one position here. OPFOR is fanning around to try to envelop them, but there's a secondary Blue 4 group led by Twig King to breach in. Blue 4 might still have the numbers here to win this, though. That's the crazy thing. Next points are going to be the 80-minute mark here. Is it just twitching? Wait, look at this. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Look at the bullet. It's animated here, but then there's extra bullets down here that aren't animated. So this twitches back and forth. Reusable lead. Who would have thought? You're not actually... He immediately got hit in the freaking chest. Did you see that? You can see he got... Yeah, he took damage because... If a guy's been suppressing that for the past minute and a half and you still run in there, that's natural selection at that point. All right, Blue 4 still aggressively pushing around. This will be cashed in less than 30 seconds. I wonder if you could link the belts instead of having to reload. About 10 seconds, because there's usually a few seconds after for debug room. Yeah, so East got all their things there. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the handhold. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 bodies. Guys, we got Blackjack. Excellent. I've never seen that before in Arma 3 PvP, but damn. So the other BTR 60 over here got smoked. We have a random science team driver going around here again. Blue 4 only have 4 people down here. Looks like a few of them got taken out. That's unfortunate. Op 4 trying to counter. We've got the rest of Blue 4's force now trying to come out to here. Op 4 only have a handful of guys left, so Op 4 has everyone on deck. But Blue 4 might still have the number advantage here. We do have a group of 6 over here driving across 2 vehicles with the people on point taking the lead, Vic. That's usually not how you're supposed to do it, but okay, whatever. Succeed, throw it up here. Yeah, that definition of stacking bodies. Looks like they're breaking stuff and throwing grenades into here. Sergeyev doesn't realize he's about to get breached on the corner here, but he gets away in time. Grenades going in. Massive Op 4 force coming in. Oh, are these guys trying to drive into the presidential palace area here? They're trying to get through the medians, but they can't. He calls that up on radio. They're calling the force over, so I think he's trying to get reinforcements over to his side. Tries a blind throw grenade. It's not going to get there. Too far. Maybe it did a little bit of wounding, but that was it. Something just exploded off to here. Looks like that was a vehicle cooking off. That was the scientist's vehicle. But looks like the rest of Blue 4 were cleared out right there. So Op 4 doing a pretty hefty counterattack here. The question is, can Blue 4 hold the palace? They're throwing grenades, but they're way short here. They're completely overestimating the distance. Porno getting caught in the open. Ron can't seem to get the follow-up hit he needs, though. Sam close to 2K light over here. They're still maneuvering around. Blue 4 have the numbers, but Op 4, they might have the skill here. It's that little Raven drone again. That has to be the RHS little Raven drone. It's super small. But it runs on scripts rather than a unit, so it's impossible to track. Other than happening to find it, but it's literally as big as a person's fist. NASA potentially coming up the back areas where the staircases are. With Blue 4 unable to box Op 4 in, Op 4 can now get super close. You can hear the buzzing. There it is. Just turned into a smoke grenade, made a 1-second smoke pluff to indicate it went down. Neat. Ash comes up, gets a kill. He is immediately tapped. NASA now coming around. Let's see if he can time a grenade up here. The heck are these? Might be little launch pads for the Raven drones. Reaction Force UAVs. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. They hear the footsteps. NASA throws a grenade up. It goes far. NASA gets knocked, though. And thrown sideways on the stairwell, and Python jumps down to staple him into the... into that area. Blue 4 coming in with a reinforcing group of 6. I think they'll be able to retake control of this area. Horno trying to get on a position here to flank Ro over here. I called him Ron earlier. Ron almost runs right into him. Horno taking fire from the rear. Doesn't realize it yet. Jasper's got an angle on him. A grenade gets thrown. Horno almost pulls into it. Surprised I didn't get him. Guys are going to breach right in front of Gregory. Gregory gets the headshot. Double tap him, Gregory. Double tap. Yes, Gregory. Defraud coming around, trying to get Tico. He runs out of ammo, does a quick reload. Tico has no idea where he's getting shot from. He's going to be easy pickings for Defraud. And he gets knocked. Gregory gets the double tap over there. And Defraud still reaching around. Or is it Defay? Ah, who knows? It's French. Cole also got knocked, but he did manage to get a kill on both of those Blue 4 there. So a majority of the Blue 4 defensive group has died. But now we got Twig Keen's QRF team coming up and cleaning people up. Horno's dead. Jamera, Oddball, Sam coming around. What are their kill counts? All right. Bit of an interesting spread there. Eric trying to put fire down the lane here. Unsure if he got anything. Lawn grenade tossed by Swole. He's trying to make sure this upper area is clear. That's probably how he got that one guy. But Blue 4 are going to have the numbers here to control this zone. How's Defa doing? They're 40mm fire drones. Nice. It's pretty dope, though. That is exactly what he was waiting for. God damn. Immediately shoots the door open. And then shoots it closed. We have another Blue 4 team around here watching the entry point to the underground bunker. 4 comes in. Gets another kill. Man sitting on 4 kills right now. Can he single-handedly turn this around? The question is, who's going to have the 18+ manpower to get the bonus in this big red zone here, the circle? Op 4, I mean, both sides are looking kind of close, and we're seeing that Op 4 getting some pick-offs here, or getting picked off here by some Blue 4 elements. It's the suppressed M2010 that's doing a lot of damage here. Just can't seem to line up a shot on Bishop. Bishop has no idea where he's being engaged from. He's looking around blindly. Sticks his head up. Is it about to be taken off? Miss. I think that hit the launcher based off of where the stuff got kicked up. Oh, that one went into the trench. Oh, there's Defraw. That's the Defraw I know, except he's dead now. Okay. Banks running around with that ASH. Scores a second kill, but it's not counted for his kill count. So does that mean he had -2 kills from earlier? Aw, Defraw over here is down. With 5 kills, though, so I think he traded with somebody. Meanwhile, most of OpFor is dead over here. It's just Cole, who's on 5 kills. Can Cole channel his inner Adriano and secure the Presidential Palace from for OpFor in this game? About to say, did he get Twig? No, Twig's still up. He's 3-1. I think he cleaned up a majority of the garrison here. Oh, Defraud woke up. Doing some quick medical. How many reinforcements is Blue 4 bringing in? We have 3 and 4 there. And then we've got 4 with 2 there. $20 minutes left. The 80-minute call will be made in 10 minutes. Ruku is the only one left alive here. RPG's firing in. Looks like they're disabling... No, OpFor is destroying their own vehicle. Unless Gregory... No, Gregory stole an RPG and did it. He is the guy that double tapped that one other shooter earlier. We got these 4 moving in, but we got Killer J and Watts trying to stop him. Killer J spotted. He's forced to go prone. Looks like he wasn't hit, though. Cole's still holding. Is he still on 5? Yes, he is. Blue Force trying to dump everything into here. We'll do a point tally towards the end. I think OpFor might be 1 point ahead of Blue 4, though, at this rate. OpFor Command in a position here. He got 1 kill. He's changing spots. 2 kills. He's stolen a Delta Force rifle. Gets another. Mill trying to drive out and make cover. So he got the gunner. He got these 2 as well, and that's his 3. He gets 4. He's just picking these guys off. Get some double tapping shots to be safe. This hunter-killer team down to 3. They're trying to do some suppression. AT was just fired in the middle of these 2. Ineffective. Kremit is now coming up. Does he have AT? No. ASH would be able to penetrate these MRAPs, though. Dofei still on 5. RPG goes out. Maybe they're trying to get the MRAP, but it pulls away. Emil is Blue 4 Command. And we have a 240 now suppressing the tower here, as I think they're trying to hit Spotty, who just goes low. Now we have this Blue 4 MRAP just driving around in here. I think this is the guy that had the wounded dude they pulled in there. Chandu, don't know what was happening there, but he is now dead. And OpFor, despite having... Blue 4 had the number advantage, but again, Blue 4 kind of stagnated themselves and put themselves in various smaller groups. Now they're getting defeated in detail. Looks like that sniper was taken out. You will be really useful here. Blue Force Crows, even if they're nerfed, because that would put their guys in good positions of cover, and then the Crow can be stuck over the wall, and even with no magnified optics, they could just pick people off. Interesting. These guys staying low because they lack any sort of AT, but they could potentially shoot the gunner in the back of the head. Driver immediately reacts. Oh, they did hit him once. Gunner turned in. Meanwhile, look at Twig. He got on top of his position. He started picking people off. He's on 5 right now. This is going to be 6. Yep. Tackle got wounded over here. I thought they were trying to get him, but guess not. I think OPFOR is slightly ahead, because it should be 2-6 right now, give or take. Blue 4 was unable to destroy any of the centrifuges, so they weren't able to get their points there. So now the points are going to be in the Presidential Palace in this red area. I just don't know if Blue 4 have the manpower to get that bonus point for having so many people in this zone. It was 18, so we got 1, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, because that's +1, 16, 17, 18, 19. OPFOR only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. So Blue 4 cannot lose 2 more people. Actually, it'll be cashed in any second now. Wait, no. It would be at the 28 mark. So there still needs to be 4 minutes now where Blue 4 just don't take any casualties. It's 16 people. Okay. I thought it was 18. So Blue 4 have a little more wiggle room, but 4 minutes, I mean, people can die very quickly within 4 minutes. We see Moz rounds going on top of this group of infantry here. But Blue 4, OPFOR did not have 16. They had 15, so they're ineligible for that now. These guys now trying to blindly fire around the corner here. Killer J takes 2 grenades. That's 1 KIA, literally on top of him. God damn, that was a good throw. I mean, DM, your best bet with that MG is to... Ooh, they got disabled. The driver died. Now he can get the kill. You got to spot him through that little fenced-off area, bro, but he's looking for you too now. If you got a grenade, now's a good time to throw a grenade too. Line it up on the back of that tree, bounce it forward. To tie, Blue 4 needs to hold. Yeah, so in the event of a tie, no one gets the points, but yeah, Blue 4 is only playing to tie at this point. OPFOR, I mean, they could bounce this back. But if they prevent Blue 4 from scoring this 1 point here, I think it's GG, and, you know, at that point it'll be 1 point short. Another AT round goes out. They're trying to drive away. Fawn's got the kill on that guy with 2K lights coming around as Fawn's pulls around. Cheeseburger running up. Spots him. Tries hitting him with the SVD. Immediately goes prone. Bipods. But these guys can't get any kills either. Fawn's quickly getting off the road. But now you got an enfilading fire play. Dauphin gets his 6th kill on Twig. That might have just turned it around. It'll be cashed in 1 more minute. Can OPFOR get another kill? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think Blue 4 is at 16 right now. 1 more kill, and it's a guaranteed victory. Is that going to be on Fonz? 10 seconds remaining. Can Cheeseburger get around and hit Watts real quick? Oh, he gets the knockout. He gets the kill. That might be it. We're waiting for the cash in now. Pi also gets knocked. Doesn't get double tapped. I'm waiting for... Oh, because there was still a minute remaining. There was still a minute remaining. No, it's GG. There goes Pi. Blue 4 down to 14. It is, I believe, an OPFOR victory. Two more Blue 4 getting picked off. A bit of OPFOR out here. Gazag gets caught out by Emil. The grenade doesn't follow up and get him. So failed by both sides. This presidential palace is only worth 3 points. I'm pretty sure this is GG. OPFOR win. Don't cash it out just yet because I want to verify it at the end, but I'm like 99% sure this is now an OPFOR victory because Blue 4 wasn't able to do anything about those centrifuges. And I think part of that was because Blue 4 was way too lax in going into that underground facility. Another headshot on a Blue 4 member there. Krzyzewski trying to suppress him. He just goes low on 2 kills. But now the rest of OPFOR are pushing into this facility. I think Blue 4 for the firefight right now have the number advantage, but you have to remember for OFCRA, it is not about how many people you have alive at the end of the round. It is about the points. Even if you totally wipe your opponent, if your opponent has more points than you, your opponent will still win. It's all about the points. Curious what Mike might try to pull here. Sam is literally just watching with a rocket launcher here. Jamera gets a great kill on someone hugging the wall right there. Hearing more long-range AT shots. I think that was Krzyzewski using a stolen RPG to get the knock on Kaxa there. Nope, it was an M72 Law. Rocket goes out, knocks this vehicle out. But let me tab out, and I'll do a quick point tally here. So, Blue 4, they did inspect the uranium at the bunker entrance. That gave them 2 points. Inspect destroyed underground centrifuge chambers by the 60-minute mark, 1 point each. They weren't able to do any of those, so Blue 4 only has 2 points at the moment. OPFOR were able to get the science team member to inspect the uranium at the 25-minute mark. I don't think it was done at 25, but I think it was still cashed in. But let's pretend for the sake of argument that that didn't happen and it was too late. They still got the 4 points for the underground, so it might just be 2-4 at the moment. Because that prompt might have still come up, but it might have been too late for it to be cashed in. So it might be 2-4. And then whoever has control of the cap zone by the end is going to win with that 1 point difference. Because, again, this was meant to be cashed in at the 25-minute mark, but it was well past it. But we still got a prompt for it, but that might just be a debug thing. But I didn't see a cash-in time for it either at the 25-minute mark to say if it passed or failed. So, who knows? But technically, OPFOR are winning. But that might still get turned around. So that's why I'm like, we're not going to cash it out yet because it might be, you know, that original thing didn't happen. Emil with a lawn grenade throw. That was a stun grenade, though. That's why it deaded early, and that's what panicked Mike. If that was a frag, that would have actually gotten the kill on Mike. So what do we got? We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 defenders versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers with the 9th one over here. He woke up. Did he kill Grishowski? I think he did because I don't see him alive anywhere here. So it's 9v9, a fight for the presidential palace. Whoever have the scoped rifles. I'm going to be honest, those ASHs slap, but you have to get them at short range. Let's see what we get here. What is after this? We have Pog tonight. Mission ends in less than 6 minutes. At this point, the number advantage is going to determine who gets the points. We did have Roe get knocked out here, but he still would count because he is still technically alive. We have Depso taking up a marksman position. He's got a 249. He might get a decent angle on some of these guys, but he is getting locked down by multiple shooters. That might buy some room for the rest of OFCRA's infantry to get in here. Mike climbed in. Emil's hunting him, but he's outside the zone. The zone itself is in this position. We have another knockout. Rowe gets knocked out a second time. Will we see a grenade get thrown up? Will Barrows think about it? No. AT4 goes out, takes out a vehicle. We do have a dead OFCRA, 2 dead OFCRA next to it, so that might have done some damage. OFCRA down to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so it definitely just killed those 2. Meanwhile, Mike trying to come in as Emil's hunting him. That's the ASH. 9bane got thrown. It's like by Cheeseburgers, he's trying to breach this area here. Barrows comes in, gets the kill. Needs to get the double tap on Rowe. But he gets taken shots from Snipe here. TK Light comes around, follows up. That's another kill on Blue 4. OFCRA, it is 5-5, I believe. No, there's a knockout right there. Now it's 5-5. In the event this ties out, it is an OFCRA victory. Blue 4 need to maintain the number advantage in this zone. Now we got Depso coming in. That's going to be 6. Blue 4 with 6 technically as well, but one of them is Uncon. Will Depso find an angle on them? He does. He starts spraying. Doesn't get a kill. Will he follow up with the AT4? No, a grenade gets thrown, gets caught in the hedgerows. Another long-range grenade thrown. Will it make it? Goes way too high. It was a V40 Mini. Jamera finds an angle on Defra and gets his kill streak ended. Gets another guy as well. Will TK Light come over and look over to see these bodies here? This is down to the wire. 3 minutes remaining. Depso gets killed off. Come on, do you hear those gunshots? Come on, climb up and look over. You are literally OFCRA's only hope, TK. Come on. Come on, 2K. He can't look down. He can't look down. Rose SOL. Because this is 3, that's 4, and that's 5, and OFCRA only have 3 in the zone right now. Blue 4 might have just gotten victory. Snatched victory from the jaws of defeat here. Because 2K here can't see the force down there. Mike trying to find an angle on Jamera. Barros running away. Mike slowly following. Little over 2 minutes now. I think it's over. We'll look at the point totals, though, because, again, that's assuming that this wasn't cashed in time. This could still all be for naught, but I'm thinking 25 minutes did pass, and they didn't interact with that uranium, so it might be a 1-point lead with Blue 4 if they take this facility. Mike might find the angle on Jamera. Jamera's a good player. He's on 4. Mike's on 2, but Mike does have that ASH. Checks the corner. Jamera was sleeping. One tap headshot by Mike. It is now 3-4. Because there's a wounded in the zone. If Blue 4 lose one more guy and Emil doesn't come in, there's a minute and 20 seconds to capitalize on, though. Will 2K come over here and check this line right here and find them? He's brought up. Barrow's taking fire from Lolo. Come on, look over. He's not going to see him. He's going to have to go over here, but even then they're hidden. Oh, and he looks away just as they come out. I think it's going to be 4-3. Unless Lolo accidentally leaves the zone. But I think this is it. 30 seconds. It's going to come down to one player, but that might also be enough to cancel it out if it's too close. We will have to see how the judging bot scores this game. But I'm pretty sure... Actually, I'm not, to be honest. Usually when we get a prompt, it means something's valid, but it wasn't done in a certain time frame. Here we go. Oh, bro. So it counted the Presidential Palace under their control because they had one more guy in. But it gave them the science team points, even though it was done late. So it is an OFCRA victory. Again, I said maybe it wouldn't count it because it was late, but you never know. Anyway, OFCRA victory. We'll be back in 2.5 hours for POG. Jared, if you're still here, thank you for the cheese, buddy. That looked a lot more than what I thought you'd send, so I will shoot you a DM. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. We'll be back later. Have a good one.